Today on Nightmare Echoes, Margo's back as we continue to cover Sam Raimi films with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And we attempt to answer the following questions. What signatures of Sam Raimi's films are in this movie? What realities do we see in this multiverse? And what does Bruce Campbell think of all his cameos in these Marvel movies? Next week on the podcast is Terrifier 2, but for now, enjoy Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Hello and welcome back to Nightmare Echoes. I'm your host Margo with my co-host Elazar. Elazar, how's it going?
It's wonderful today.
Today we're changing it up because I'm running the show today and Elazar gets to say his wonderful thoughts instead of keeping track of the plot for me. So what movie are we doing today, Elazar?
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Right, and would you consider this a horror movie?
So it was advertised like it was supposed to be a horror movie. I kept arguing with my dad. He's like, how is this a horror movie? I was like, dude. I didn't call my dad dude.
Hey, dude.
I was like, Dad, children got scared in the movies. They had to leave. I was like, some people consider Scooby-Doo movies horror movies, and when Halloween season comes around, they want to watch that. So if it scares anybody, or if it's just fun, it's got some gore, it's got some crazy effects, some spookiness in it. There's elements that are definitely horror, and it's directed by Sam Raimi.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of callbacks to what he does, and
yeah, I mean, I didn't go so far as to convince you to do Spider-Man.
No. Yeah, right.
But yeah, once we started doing all the Sam Raimi horror movies, and Drag Me to Hell hasn't come out yet, but we're gonna do that one too. But I was like, hey, you know what we should do? Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and that's kind of a horror movie.
Yeah, it works.
Anyway, so I assume most people who are interested in Marvel movies have seen the original Doctor Strange. But for just casual fans or people who just are listening to the episode and are not really Marvel fans or haven't seen, I'll just do like a very quick rundown of the first Doctor Strange movie. Basically, there's this doctor, he's a surgeon, Stephen Strange. He gets into a car accident, he injures his hands, which obviously he can't do surgery anymore without his hands. So he ends up finding this person who broke their back or something, and now they can walk, and he finds out they went somewhere and they got these magical abilities so that he can walk again. So he hunts it out, he finds it. The first guy he meets is named Margo, and he's coming back up in this movie, and that's why I mentioned him. I mean, yada yada yada, he gets magic powers. He becomes one of the most powerful, what do they call them, sorcerers? Oh yeah, Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
He's not the Sorcerer Supreme, but he's one of the most powerful sorcerers. Also in there, he has an on and off girlfriend, Christine, she's an emergency surgeon, and he kind of gets mad at her when he's injured because he's just mad at the world or whatever. So they're kind of reconciling it in the movie, but they're on and off.
She's also redhead, which Marvel goes out of their way to insert redhead in every franchise.
Oh, that's funny.
Where DC, on the other hand, the DC TV universe,
yeah,
replaced every redhead with an actor of a different race.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder if that was a comic book thing so they would stand out.
It could be, right? Because it's a vibrant color.
Oh, also I want to say I do not follow Marvel comics, except for I did X-Men a little bit. So anything that I get wrong about the comics or any differences between the comics, I will not know. I will not pick up any of the Easter eggs that have to do with just the comics.
If I know, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And Elzer looks fun facts up, so he might know more than me. But so don't drag me. Don't drag me. I know about the X-Men, and that's about it. So that's it. Basically, there's the end of the world that he stops, yada yada yada. I don't need to get into it, but really what you need to know is that he is a sorcerer. He gets these magic powers. There's Mordo, like I mentioned, who betrays him in the movie because why?
He decides that sorcerers are too powerful.
Yeah.
They can't follow the rules. They always find an excuse to break the rules and possibly endanger reality.
Right.
And therefore he takes it upon himself to take all the powers of every sorcerer that lives because he's the only one that can be trusted.
Yeah. So basically, he's like his friend at first, but then he like turns on him. The other character that is important is Wong. Wong's one of the sorcerers. He's like, I would say he's like pretty up there and powerful he's like second in command maybe in the movie.
In the first movie.
In the first movie, right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. That's a gist, and that's what you need to know.
Right. And also one other detail is that at the very end of this movie, it's really comical, of the first movie, he fights this entity called Dormammu. It's this all-powerful thing that can kill him at the snap of his finger. He just kills him over and over again. And Doctor Strange uses this trick where he traps him in a time loop, meaning Doctor Strange has to die, who knows, hundreds of times. But Dormammu gets tired of being stuck, so he makes a bargain with Dormammu to leave Earth alone, and he'll free him from this time prison. And so that's how Doctor Strange saves Earth.
Yeah.
And between this movie and the second one, a lot happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not super important. I guess the other thing that we need to know, if you didn't know, if you're living under a rock, is that they did these Avenger movies and they fought Thanos, and he like snapped his fingers and got rid of not just Earth, but like everything in the universe, like half the living creatures on it. So, but then at the end of the movie, they bring them back, but they've been like dead or whatever for 5 years. So some of the characters have been gone for 5 years. That kind of factors in a little bit. The other plot that might be relevant is the TV show WandaVision. So Wanda is whatever. She just has powers. She's like also... She got powers from like a magic stone, infinity stone, if y'all are following. But she's also like has like witch powers too, like just innately. So she's just like super powerful. And in the Infinity Wars movies, she killed her like lover Vision because he had an Infinity Stone. I'm not gonna get into it, but she had to like save the Infinity Stone, and the only way to save it was to kill him. But then it ended up to be worthless. So she was pissed about that. And then this is a huge spoiler for WandaVision, by the way. So if you want to watch that, skip ahead like 30 seconds or whatever.
It's a fun watch.
It's a really good show. But anyway, she creates basically a fake family. And that's like a very, very short summary of the plot. And she had 2 twin boys in that. And at the end, she had to basically get rid of them because she was like hurting people. So her kids got killed, kind of. They weren't really alive, but yeah, they stopped existing. She's like, so she's very upset about that too. And that's about it. That wraps us up. Oh, also people were pissed at her about that.
Yeah, well, she mind controlled the whole town.
Yeah, she mind controlled the whole town.
Which showed her power that...
Yeah. She's like crazy powerful.
Right, exactly.
And in there too, there's like a prophecy about a powerful witch, and it's the Scarlet Witch.
Right.
So that's her, Wanda, and also she's a... And I think is there anything else you think we need to know for this movie?
No, I mean, we'll go into it and we'll talk about it.
If we need to know, we'll mention it later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The movie opens. They're in some kind of like floating sky. We have Doctor Strange, although he looks a little different. He has like a ponytail. Mm-hmm. And he's running in this like sky floating like ruins world with a young girl. I would say she's supposed to be like what, like 16 or something. Yeah. They're running on this floating path, and they're being chased by like a monster, which I think kind of looks like the monsters from I only can remember Live, Die, Repeat.
They changed the title to that on the
what was
Blu-ray.
the original? You know, the one with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, where Tom Cruise gets killed, but then he comes back the same day.
Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. So I think the monster looks almost exactly like the aliens in Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's like some kind of like tentacle.
It looks kind of metal.
Monster. Yeah.
A little. And it's coming after them along this almost like a rainbow bridge.
Yeah.
Kind of thing that they're running along. Yeah. But it's broken up and they're hopping from platform to platform.
Yeah, so they're running for a book. There's like a book on a pedestal and they're trying to get it. And the monster's trying to catch the girl. Doctor Strange traps it, but it's like trying to get free. It gets him with one of their tentacles, and so it
stabs him in the leg.
Yes, so then he lets it go, or not lets it go. It escapes. So Doctor Strange starts sucking the power out of the girl, and it's killing her. And basically, he's like, "Your power is too much," and he uses the grand calculus of the universe your sacrifice is worth more than your life.
Right, because she can't control her power.
Well, we don't know that yet, but yeah.
Well, he says, I think he says that.
Oh, maybe
he
you're
says,
not.
You can't control your power, but I can.
Yeah.
And we can't let it have your power.
Yeah, so basically he's going to kill her to save the universe or
also,
whatever.
one small detail, when that thing comes out of his leg, it starts spreading, kind of like in Evil Dead 1, when the woman had a scratch on her leg and it started spiderweb, which the directors found important because they're jumping ahead a little, but they needed it to start spreading around.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I had a question. I think I know what you're getting at, and I was like, what? Okay, so anyway, when he starts sucking the power out of the girl, the monster, like, gets him. She runs for the book. The monster's about to get her. She, like, screams. Her eyes glow, and then she, like, opens up behind her this huge, like, star-shaped portal. Doctor Strange, like, leaps at her and, like, pushes them both through the portal.
Yeah, he throws these mystical things that cut the tentacles that are holding her, so she gets sucked into the portal. And then his body gets pulled in too, but he is dying. Yeah,
he's pretty much dead, but he's, like, pushing her and saving her. And then also saving her from getting captured by the monster.
Right, exactly.
But then Doctor Strange wakes up. It was a dream.
Yeah, we have this cool spiral camera in trick when he wakes up, which is a signature Sam Raimi camera move to, like, zoom into a character while spinning around. So I thought that was a cool callback.
Yeah, so he wakes up. Oh, it was just a dream.
Yeah.
Maybe. So this is this Doctor Strange that we're used to. He doesn't have a ponytail anymore. He has a goatee, you know. Is it a goatee? It's something like a goatee.
Sure.
It might have, like, another specific, like, mustache name, but let's just call it a goatee.
It's iconic in the comic books.
It's very iconic, yes. He's getting dressed in the morning. He's putting a nice suit on. He normally wears, like, this pseudo, like, I don't know,
mystical looking,
like outfit. Asian sort of inspired, like Tibetan monk, but not really outfit. But he's, like, dressed in, like, a nice black tie. And it turns out, he puts on, I forgot to mention this. He has a watch that broke when he crashed his car and hurt his hand. He always wears that watch. So he puts on his watch, and turns out he's going to a wedding. The doctor he used to work with sits next to him. Anyway, here we get exposition about them being dusted for 5 years.
Right.
And that includes Doctor Strange. He was also dusted for 5 years. And this doctor was sad about it. Turns out it's Christine's wedding. Oh, no. His lady love, Christine, who's played by... Oh, I didn't say anybody's... well, first off, Doctor Strange is played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
Doing an interesting American accent. It's not bad per se. What some words he says has, like, an interesting, like, way of it. My sister calls it mumble mouth.
Okay.
When British people try to do American accents, it's not horrible. But anyway, Christine's played by Rachel McAdams. Very beautiful, Rachel McAdams.
She is very beautiful.
His lady love is getting married to somebody else, and it's probably because he's been dusted for 5 years. So she moved on.
Well, she tells him.
I know. Well, I haven't gotten to that, but yeah. Right. She thinks there's, like, it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Right.
Well, here we can say it now. So he gets to talk to her for a few minutes, and he apologizes for basically being a bad boyfriend. And she's like, it's fine. Like, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. She's this line that's like, you always had to hold the knife. Basically, he always had to be in charge. He always had to be in control of everything. Yeah, she's like, well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Anyway, so then outside they hear a car crash or screaming. This is funny. Doctor Strange, like, flips out the window. And he got his wizard garb on. He has a flying cloak, so that wraps around. I don't know where that came from. I guess he made it appear from magic. Or was he couldn't have been wearing it
at the time.
Yeah, he got it from magic ways.
One small detail I wanted to say.
Oh yeah.
When they're talking and she's doing that whole you always had to hold the knife. She comes over to order red wine and he turns water into wine.
That's right.
Which I thought was, like, interesting. Like, okay.
Yeah. That shows how he has a big ego.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Street battle.
But yeah, so he flips out, he flies out the window with his flying cloak. There's something, like, invisible, like, crushing cars. It, like, throws a bus. And you see that the girl who, I forgot to mention, she wears a jean jacket with a star on it. Mm-hmm. She's running through the streets, and it seems like something may be chasing her. He does, like, a magic thing to reveal the monster, and it's, like, a huge eyeball tentacle monster.
Yeah, it's called a gargantuous. And do you know whose eyeball they used? That's Elizabeth Olsen's eyeball.
Oh.
Which is cool knowing that.
Elizabeth Olsen plays Wand. Oh, this is a huge spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's fascinating. I was
like,
what?
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so Jean Jacket Girl, she gets like picked up and then I don't remember, she's hanging off something and then she's falling. Doctor Strange saves her with his flying cloak, or his flying cloak flies over to save her. He's cuts some arms off with his magic discs that he can create. They're basically like saw blades that he creates out of magic.
Right.
He's like, that girl looks familiar. Because it's a girl from his dream. And then I think there's like a little flashback to the floating sky place.
Right.
So he places her in his dream. I'm like, is this to show that he's recognizing her? Or is this to show the audience this is the same girl? What do you think?
I thought it was for him to recognize her. I hope it wasn't to show the audience.
Like, that wasn't very long ago. We're not that dumb.
Right.
Anyway, there's a lot of more tentacle monster flying, blah, 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 blah.
Wong shows up.
Yeah. Did Wong show up right now? Yeah, Wong shows up. Like I said, he's like one of the sorcerer guys. They have a little banter.
Yeah, because in this universe, because Doctor Strange was snapped for 5 years, Benedict Wong was given the title.
Benedict Wong is the actor.
Sorry.
But
Wong is the
He's
sorcerer.
The Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
Who's like the leader of all the sorcerers.
Right.
Which was supposed to be Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just there's just like a CGI fight battle between Wong and Doctor Strange and the tentacle monster.
Right, and another callback is that Strange uses a light post to stab the eye and pull the eyeball out of the monster. And so the writer of the movie, who knew that Sam Raimi was going to do it, thought it was a cool idea to have an eyeball pop out, because they often do
move.
in Evil Dead movies.
Oh, yeah.
He was so excited. He's also, the writer had a brief cameo right after Doctor Strange flips out. The woman that he loves, her husband, are there to go watch him because she says her husband's a big fan. Right next to her husband, his best man is the writer of the movie.
Cute.
So he had like a 2-second cameo. He was so happy about it.
That's fine. Yeah, he makes these like giant magic hands, like demon hands appear out of nowhere to like pop out the eye. Anyway, so they kill the monster. The girl, they have like rings that they call like sling rings, but they can create like portals to like travel to other places. So she like, basically they're like, what's going on, girl? And she like steals his ring and runs for it. But she doesn't get very far because Wong still has his ring. So they stop her and they end up just like in a restaurant to have a chit chat. And now we get a lot of exposition about what's going on in the movie.
Yeah, and the writer said the way they delivered this and the way they wanted to do this was they looked at Terminator 2 and where John Connor is a child. They do a lot of exposition, but he has a lot of attitude while doing it. Mm-hmm. So when she is smarting off to Doctor Strange the whole time, like, you're not the Sorcerer Supreme, you don't speak Spanish, my Doctor Strange speaks Spanish, and all this stuff. It's a fun way for us to get all this information without it seeming long and boring.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a long monologue of what's going on.
Right.
They had a really funny thing about, so she says, what do you know about? Oh, first off, she says it's not a dream, or it was a dream, but like when we dream, it's just a window into our alternate like reality selves.
Right.
So when he dreamed of her and himself, what he was really dreaming is another universe is Doctor Strange and her. They have a really funny thing about Spider-Man. Did you?
Yeah, and this was because for anybody that's been following the movies, at the end of the third Spider-Man film, he makes the decision to let everybody erase their memories of who he is. Anybody that knew his secret identity or any friendship he has forgets about him. So Doctor Strange and Spider-Man had dealt with each other a lot and were developing a nice friendship.
Yeah. And there was a lot of multiverse shenanigans happening in that Spider-Man movie.
But now both Doctor Strange and Wong don't remember who Spider-Man was. They know about his powers, but they don't...
Does Doctor Strange not remember?
He doesn't, because...
Oh, interesting.
Like, the way they sold that was...
Yeah.
When America Chavez was like, does he shoot webs from his butt? And he goes, no. Well, I hope not. Which would be a detail they would know. But he's forgotten about it. That's what...
Okay, so they had this really funny exchange where she's like, what experience do you have with the multiverse? And he's like, and Doctor Strange's like, oh, we had something with Spider-Man recently. And she's like, ew. And the facial expression she makes is so funny. And she's like, ew. And then she's like, is he a spider? And he's like, no, he's just a man. And she's like, he climbs walls, he shoots webs. And she says, out of his butt. And then I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was just really funny. He's like, no, well, I hope not. So that was really, really funny. But anyway, so we find out her name is America Chavez. She's played by Sauchil Gomez, who I haven't seen her in anything else. So I don't know if this is her first movie or her like first big role.
She's been in 7 episodes of The Babysitter's Club.
Yeah, so she really hasn't been in anything.
Right.
So she's saying that was another universe, Doctor Strange, and they were trying to get this book.
The Book of
Vishanti. They're trying to get the Book of Vishanti because it has the power to defeat demons. She keeps calling them demons, so there's demons after her. I'm unclear what the book is supposed to be doing, but...
It says it can give a sorcerer whatever they need to do what they want.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yeah.
So they wanted to use it to protect America from getting captured by the demons. So anyway, so they decide to take America to this sorcerer's stronghold for now, which is Kamertage. Wong says that he saw some like runes on the creature, and he's like, that's not like mystical arts, that's witchcraft. Right. So Doctor Strange is like, oh, I know somebody who can help us with that. Right. We flash to Wanda, and she's putting her sons to bed.
Right.
Which were the sons from WandaVision, and she's like a cute little interchange with them, but then she wakes up and she's just like alone.
Right.
In bed.
What's interesting here is they had to film this while WandaVision was still airing. They didn't really know everything that was going to hit the end. But they were told enough to make it work.
I believe Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda, that she filmed these back to back. So she filmed WandaVision and then went straight into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But she didn't read the script because she didn't want to be like spoiled, or she didn't want to play it like she already knows what's going to happen when she's WandaVision. But yeah. And
another detail is those kids that she's dreaming about are from Universe 838.
Spoiler.
What? I'm telling you.
We just think it's a dreams right now.
We were told the dreams are
all right. Okay. Yes, we're going to get to 838 in a bit.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, she wakes up, no children. But Doctor Strange comes to visit her. They're in like this really pretty like apple grove they're walking through, and Doctor Strange asks for her help to protect America, and he's like, this can help you get back in everyone's good graces.
He definitely doesn't say America.
No, he doesn't, because she says, well, why don't, because he invites her to go to Kamertage to help them, and she's like, why don't you just bring America here?
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? He didn't tell her. Her name was America. So now he's like, how did you know that, girl?
Yeah.
And surprise, the apple orchard is fake. She's using magic. So it like transitions to this like burnout dead land. And floating in front of her is a like shadowy, smoky book, and it's the Darkhold, the Book of the Damned.
That's not the Necronomicon?
I guess it's not the Necronomicon. It's something else. Or it just has a different name.
Yeah. I want to say that the apple orchard, it was really funny. They were really cherry blossoms because that's what was in season. And
they definitely didn't look like apples.
All the blossoms were hung up by crew. Like they had to go there. And then before every take, they had to get a lot of the stuff on the ground and throw it in front of fans so that it would always be blown in front of the characters. And then one interesting fun fact is that no matter what angle we look at the characters from, the sun is always behind the trees, so it looks like a beautiful paradise. And this was to represent that Wanda is creating this beautiful paradise in her head, or in reality. And no matter which direction you look in this reality, she's always looking at a bright, beautiful, which is crazy.
Yeah. So this book was introduced in WandaVision. There's another witch in the show, and she had the Darkhold, and it's supposed to be like an evil book. So it's like you're not supposed to use the Darkhold because it like has corrupting power, but it has like really powerful magic. So anyway, as soon as he figures it out, that like I said, it turns into this like burnt out wasteland, and also her outfit changes to the Scarlet Witch outfit, right, which is actually very similar to the comic, although in the comic she's a mutant, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get... It's X-Men related, so I do know about that. But not in this movie. She's just like a witch she got Infinity Stone powers. But anyway, she's now wearing the full costume. She's like a red costume. Looking cool. Yeah. Anyway, so they figure out that Wanda's the one that's been chasing after America. She's like sending these creatures after her. What she wants, her end goal, is to find a reality in which her children are real, and to be with them. So basically she's like, all right, give me America or else it's Scarlet Witch time. Dun, dun, dun. And he's like, no. So he goes back to Camartage and they're like, oh, everyone gear up. We're about to be attacked.
And America is like, let me get this straight. The one person you went to for help is the one that's been chasing me?
You idiot.
Good job.
Okay, so everyone's arming up. So all the sorcerers have these like different sanctums, which are like, they're in like major cities, and I don't know.
Right.
Gobbledygook about keeping like Earth safe. Who
There's
cares?
one in London. There's one in China.
And like Doctor Strange he's the head of the Sanctum of New York.
Right.
Anyways, they're all coming on in. You see them wearing like little different outfits depending on what country they're coming in from.
Right.
There's a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Unexplained.
Well, these are all callbacks to the comic book. All these characters are
I'm like, what?
big deals in the comic book, and it was for a lot of those fans that have been reading the comic books for years. And the first movie didn't get to show a lot of those extra characters, but this one was like, yeah, we're going to show as many of these characters as
I mean,
we
they
can.
don't really have any role.
No, it was just for fan service, right?
Yeah, but I was like, that was weird for me because, again, somebody who has no clue what's going on in the Doctor Strange comic book,
Right.
I'm like, why is there a Minotaur? That's never been shown.
So in that interesting
Yeah.
one, there in a little bit here in the battle, there's one character that in the script was referred to as the Weasel Sorcerer.
The Weasel Sorcerer?
And they meant that he was a coward, right? But
Yeah.
all the people were trying to figure out, oh, is this CGI? Is this costume? How are we making this
To make him a weasel.
And the writers had to explain, no, it's a human who is a coward. We just called him the Weasel because we didn't have another name.
That's
and
funny.
it's hilarious.
That's really funny. Anyway, yeah. You don't really get any character development with any characters at all. So
right.
they're just there. So anyway, they're all gearing up. Then Wanda flies in. Doctor Strange is like, okay, let me have one last talk with her. Maybe I can like talk her down. So they're floating in the air, having a chit chat. She tries to bribe him. She's like, hey, if you let me have America, I can send you to a future where you can be with Christine. Right. But he's like, no. Oh, she also has a speech about how she was being reasonable and now she's not going to be reasonable anymore.
Right. By sending the demons after her, that was me being reasonable. I could have gone after her myself. But if she can't travel realities, how could she have gone after her herself?
I think,
Do we? Oh, that's right. Okay, we do. Never mind.
But anyway, so basically she's like, all right, Scarlet Witch time.
Yes.
So he flies back down and Wong's like, nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think Doctor Strange says that.
Yeah.
He says, like, how did it go? And Doctor Strange is like, nailed it. So they create a magic shield out of their magic. They have, like, glowing magic with, like, I don't know, symbols or whatever. That's how they're creating all their magic.
Right. Very gold or mustard yellow.
Yeah, it's like gold. Yeah. But then Wanda has, like, psychic powers. So she like gets inside some of their heads. We
The
really
Weasel.
only see one, but it's Weasel.
That's why they call him the Weasel. She tells him.
Okay.
She just whispers to his head, and is like, "Run," and he runs, which weakens the shield.
Yeah, it's kind of it's creepy because you like behind him. Like this whole thing is creepy. Like her when she comes, it's like a black cloud. Is there a black?
Yeah, there are black clouds everywhere.
Black
in the sky.
cloud, like. This is what I think it is, kind of horror-esque because it is pretty creepy.
There's definitely the imagery there, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so she gets him to drop his shield, and that puts like a hole in the shields, and then she can fire. Anyway, basically Dunzo shield, bye-bye shield. So now she can really wail on them. They put up a fight. They have like a cannon, but no dice. They end up just for it. Run away. Then Doctor Strange like kind of taunts Wanda and gets her to step in this trap that's like a mirror maze. It's like
the mirror universe that they it was a lot in the first movie.
Well, no, it's not quite the mirror universe, but it's similar to that because it seems like more of a box.
Okay.
That she's trapped in.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, she's trapped. Maybe it is. I don't know. Who can say? But she's trapped in like mirrors. So like Oh, the other thing is I noticed that she has like black fingertips, which I think is supposed to be like the Darkhold
eating away at her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: Did you watch WandaVision?
Yeah, I loved WandaVision.
I don't know that they did a really good job of showing that it was the Darkhold corrupting Wanda, and it wasn't just that she's like kind of evil.
No, I don't think she was trying to be evil at that point. I think between that and this. The Darkhold, because she got the Darkhold at the end of that.
Yeah, right.
I think between that and this, she has been
She's being corrupted by the book.
But just by having it. So
Right.
the time that's passed by, the more time that passed by, the
Yeah.
more evil she will become.
I think that's right, but I don't know that if you hadn't watched the TV show, I don't know that the movie did a good job of like really showing that.
No, and then I think that's a big problem with the Marvel movies lately is that
you have
if
to watch them all.
Loki were to show up again in another movie, people will be like, no, he definitely died. What
Right.
is he doing here?
Right.
They don't explain anything. That's the same thing with people blame audiences for not going out to see the Marvels. I saw it. I thought it was fun. It's not my favorite movie ever, but I thought it was a fun adventure. But I think the problem is that everybody had to watch this 6-episode miniseries called Miss Marvel to understand what's going on in the Marvels and WandaVision, because one of the characters, Rambeau, is from WandaVision.
Monica.
So that's 2 different TV shows you had to watch to understand what's going on in the Marvels. And so I think people were like, oh, I can't see it because I'm behind on 2 TV shows. I'll watch it when it comes to
You could
Blu-ray.
have watched it without, but yeah, I agree. I think they're getting too entwined with each other.
Right.
And it's hard to tell if these movies are good on their own merit or they're only like fun if you've seen like everything else related to it. But anyway,
Right.
We got distracted on that, but let's continue.
Sure.
And we can talk about it later too at the end. Anyways, then this is a creepy. So there's like car screeches, sounds. People keep like getting pulled into like nothing. Like all the sorcerers like standing around, they're just getting pulled into nothing. They realize that she's using reflections. So like puddles or anything, she can like reach through the reflections and pull people into the mirror.
Right.
She finds this like
A gong?
yeah, she finally has a big enough reflection that she can like crawl. She does this like very demon like horror movie crawl out of it.
And that I think this looked terrifying.
It's very scary. I mean, was I scared of this movie? No. I mean,
Right.
it's not for adults. I would say it's not scary. For children, I think it would be scary.
Yeah, I don't think my 7-year-old could finish this. He
Yeah.
finished the Terminator.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't
not.
think-
It's not the same kind.
It's
of
not, yeah.
scariness. Yeah. So that was like really a creepy, crawling moment. So then she has this kind of like creepy line where she says, "I'm not a monster. I'm a mother." But she says it in like a really like I don't know way
So-
that it's like
Well, I think this is a good part to mention it. Before the movie trailer dropped, but the name was announced, it wasn't official that Scarlet Witch would not be fighting alongside Doctor Strange and she would be the villain. And in the early drafts of the script, it wasn't until the final battle that you find out that Scarlet Witch was the enemy. And then they realized, no, let's just have her be the enemy the whole movie. There needs to be no big mystery about this. But people realized that she would be the enemy. And it could be a stretch, but this is like there's videos out before the trailer dropped that if you take Multiverse of Madness, the anagram for it is mom.
Oh, funny.
And they were like, because it spells out mom, and we just saw WandaVision, I think Wanda's,
that's
which I
really
think is
dumb.
hilarious.
People are really going down the rabbit hole of Marvel conspiracy.
Yeah.
Not conspiracy. What are you conjecturing?
Yeah, they're trying to theorize
Figure
what's
out
going to
the
happen
puzzle,
next.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Really smart, and I don't do that. Okay, so then Wanda gets free. They have like another magic fight. Wanda knocks out Wong, and so she starts sucking out America's power, which
Right.
is what she wants. Because basically, so it's playing, I guess I didn't really explain it that well. She wants the power of the multiverse travel. So America can travel to multiverses,
Yep.
and Wanda wants this power for herself.
Right, but America,
But America,
which one she goes to. Right.
she can't really control when she does it that well, and she does, right?
I do want to say during this battle, the writer was very happy with himself because he threw in a lot of magic spells that he could all name from the comic books.
Oh.
For one example, Doctor Strange throws these snakes at Wanda, and they're called
they
the
look like dragon
Vipers.
snakes or something.
Yeah, they're called the Vipers of Valtour, and he was just happy that if you were an insane comic book fan, that you would be able to name the spells that you're using, which I think is fun.
Yeah, that's fun. See, that's kind of fun things they should throw in instead of making it so tied to the movies and TV shows. And you're like, I don't know. She's sucking out America's power, but then America in like a defensive, like whatever.
When she panics, she opens a portal.
She opens up a portal, and again, Doctor Strange jumps in.
And his cape is shot in, which is important for later.
Oh yeah, it gets ripped. But he jumps in, and they both fall into the start,
Right.
which takes them through a lot of multiverses.
And I want to go over this real quick for a
Okay.
little bit. So the first thing we see is the Living Tribunal, which are the 3-head statues that we see, which I know because of this trading card game I played with my brother and my kids a lot.
Oh, is it the like?
Yeah, because of Marvel Snap. Yeah. Then they go into Onslaught Canyon World. This was supposed to pay tribute to the movie 127 Hours. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's really interesting. This is from The Direct. It's a news article site. And the third world they go into is Honeycomb World. They were trying to figure out how to really sell this world. And someone said, well, why don't you add bees? So they made these gigantic bees to sell it. Then we have Mirror World. After that, they go into Cube World, where his head turns into all these blocks. Originally, it was a lot more gory, and they had to ask Sam Raimi to tone it down, which I think is awesome. I wish we had it. Then they go into Paint World, which kind of represents the old comic book styles they look like. But then we also go to Comic Book World. And then we go to a post-apocalyptic world, an underwater world, an alt New York world. We get one that's called Pipe World, which features Stark Tech drones flying around the streets.
I described that as robot spiders world.
Yeah.
These are the ones I wrote down, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Paint, cartoons, dead world, and robot spiders.
So, yeah. Next we go to Savage Lands, which I've read a lot of comic books.
I know about the Savage Lands. That's an X-Men thing.
Yeah, it was an X-Men thing with where Magneto was a big deal in that one. Then we have Hydra World. Then we have James Tolol World.
James Tolo?
Can you pronounce that?
Terrell?
James Terrell World.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It says it's a reference to an artist. I guess it's reference to one of the artists that drew for them.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of a rundown of all the worlds they fly through in like just for seconds though. They're in like every world for like 2 seconds before they go into the other one. It just keeps
it like flashes to different things while they're falling.
Right.
I've heard criticism of this movie that it's called Multiverse of Madness, but really they're only in like 3 universes.
For any amount of time, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's just this like blip through. So anyway, whatever. So anyway, so they finally land in what looks to be a version of New York. It's covered in flour. That's really the only thing we see at first, but there's a few that I've written down that I noticed differences. Anyway, we get basically that American can't control her. This is where we really find out she can't control where she goes to. She can't really open up the portals with any like accuracy, or like she can't do it when she wants to always. That she's the only version in all the multiverse, so there's no other America, and she knows this because she never journeyed.
Right.
Boy, if that's true, I have a lot of boring
I have some crazy multiverses.
Some of them
out
are
there.
crazy, and some of them are really
definitely
boring.
won the lottery in other realities. I'll
Me
tell
too.
you that.
Sometimes I'm living a great life. But a lot of times we're just getting ready to wake up.
Yeah.
So they decide that they're going to pick up the quest to go find the Book of Vishanti.
Right.
So Doctor Strange gets the idea, let's find the Doctor Strange in this universe, because if I knew how to get it in your universe, or whatever universe you guys were in, then I'll maybe know how to do it in this universe too. So anyway, I noticed a few we're walking through this universe, and I noticed some differences, but not a lot. First off, I noticed everyone's wearing hats, so that's something. I don't know what that's about, but everyone's wearing hats. The stoplights are reversed, so red is go and green is stop. There's a lot of flowers. I mentioned that. There's pizza balls instead of pies.
They look good.
Yeah, they do look good. I feel like little Steve like that. That looks really. I haven't tried, but it's so good. But anyway, did you notice anything else
that's different in this world? Well, I mean, the big thing I think is the cameo that's going to come.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the random things.
Right.
We have then they find this pizza cart called Pizza Papa, and who's running Pizza Papa?
Bruce Campbell.
It's Bruce Campbell. He's made a cameo in this movie.
Yeah, the actor himself would like to say that he believes he is some powerful entity. He's not just these random people. He's really popping in everywhere because he has all these powers. They just haven't shown it in the movie, which I think is a fun thing to say in an interview.
Yeah, I think they ask about why they asked about Doctor Strange, and then they said, "Oh, the Doctor Strange museum."
Yeah, so
to get directions to that.
So first he goes, "Hey, you got to pay for that," and she goes, food's not free in this reality."
Oh yeah. There was
wrong.
a little thing where she just appears with the pizza Papa, whatever pizzas rolls, and he's like, "Wait, did you pay for that?" And she's like, "No, food is free in most universes."
Yeah,
and then
he's like, "Hey,
yeah."
Pizza Papa always gets paid.
That's right. So then Doctor Strange does a spell on him, so he starts punching himself in the face.
Yeah, but they hear about the museum because he's like, "Hey, why are you dressed up like Doctor Strange, you weirdo? Hey, this cape feels authentic." He's like, "It's not a cape, it's a cloak." And he goes, "You took it from the Doctor Strange museum. You're a taker. I don't like takers."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? You're punishing this poor guy because you stole food from him?
Yeah, it's not cool.
I mean, yeah, he's
so there's
getting angry about
two cameos with this.
Uh-huh.
The main obvious one is that Bruce Campbell can't control his hand. So
yeah.
he's an evil hand again.
I totally picked up on that too, yeah.
And the other one, apparently, if you zoom in and pause, you can see the fork that was in Army of Darkness that the little ashes used to stab his butt.
Oh, God, my favorite scene.
Right. So I didn't see the fork, but I was listening to the commentary. They said it's definitely in there.
That's funny.
But yeah, the fact that Ash has his evil hand beating him up again.
Yeah.
That's what that was called back for. But you're right. It's not fine. He's like, it'll stop in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm just like,
that's
what?
not okay.
Yeah. Like, dang. Yeah. So then they're going towards the Doctor Strange Museum or whatever.
Yep.
And they pass this like storefront that's, I don't remember what they call it, but it reveals your memories.
At a discounted price.
Yes. So first, Doctor Strange steps on it and it gives him the memory of when Christine gave him the watch.
Yep, very important.
So you can see that it's a very sentimental
Yep.
to him. Then we get the memory of when America got ripped away, or she opened a portal for the first time.
Right, and one of those women that plays her two moms is the curandera or witch that they go to in the beginning, Drag Me to Hell, in the opening credits. So Sam Raimi brought her back to work with him again.
Yeah. So basically you see them, they're just like hanging out in the yard or what, I don't know where they are.
She gets stung by a bee.
And then she freaks out and she accidentally opens up a portal. It sucks her mom's through. And then it sucks through, but they got separated. So she couldn't find them.
She's from the Utopia Parallel, which apparently is a comic book universe that is paradise.
Oh, great.
And then she can't get back there.
Yeah. And she thinks she probably killed her parents, but we don't know. I mean, they might be alive. Who can say?
Right.
Okay, so they go to the Sanctum, the New York Sanctum, to find something, and
they want to find their Doctor Strange.
I mean, yeah, but what they do find is just a statue of Strange.
Yep.
And it has like a inscription that says, Dr. Stephen Strange gave his life defeating Thanos. We express eternal gratitude to Earth's mightiest hero. Right. So basically, he's dead. Yeah. He was a hero, but he's dead. Isn't Earth's mightiest hero like something? It's like a comic book thing or movie thing. I don't know.
I'm going to get it wrong.
Earth's mightiest heroes.
I think it's the Avengers, but I could get it wrong.
I think you're right. Whatever.
Like Earth's mightiest heroes.
Don't get mad at us. We're not a Marvel movie podcast.
Mightiest heroes. Yeah, the Avengers are Earth's mightiest heroes. Yeah.
So they're like, oh crap, okay. But somebody comes out of the Sanctum, and who is it? It's Mordo.
Carl Mordo, right?
He has like some like, what is his name? I didn't write it down.
I think it's Carl in this one.
He has like a title. He's like Baron something Mordo or something better. And yeah, Mordo's played by, how do you spell it? By Chiwetel Ejiofor, who I don't know what he's in. The only thing I ever remember him from is he was in Serenity. That's a great role. I do love that movie as well. He's in other things. Oh, he was in Love Actually.
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a lot of things.
Right.
He was in Love Actually as Keira Knightley's husband.
Oh, he was in Infinite, that Mark Wahlberg sci-fi.
Okay. Anyway, so he's been like...
Yeah.
I really like him. So, anyway, he pops up and Doctor Strange is like, uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
Because Mordo, hates him, but he gives him a hug and he's like, oh, welcome, brother, whatever. Yeah. We find out... Oh, no, I don't think we found out what... So,
right, yeah.
But, yeah, Steven says, I don't know, his, reaction's all right?
I think he might say, oh, shit.
He says, first he says, oh, shit, but then when he hugs him, he says, oh, right? Yeah. This is different. Anyway, so he invites him inside to drink tea. We get some more exposition. Basically, the Darkhold contains a spell to dreamwalk, what they call dreamwalk, and basically you can project your consciousness into another self in the multiverse. Right. Then we get this a little bit trippy scene. I found this scene very, very Raimi-esque. Yeah. Where we basically see Wanda. We see her face. I don't know. The music is kind of psychedelic. We see her face floating, or no, she's sitting in a ring of candles, and she's about to dreamwalk.
Take over the body of of her other self in another reality.
So then they notice they feel weird, and guess what? Mortal drugged them. Yeah. There's also this part where this must be a comic book call out because it was like really, I was like, what does this mean? When Doctor Strange is like fainting, he sees this like thing and he says, Sands of Nisanti?
I think that's what he put in his drink.
Oh, well, he sees it when he like faints, and I'm like, why did he make a note of that?
I think that's what knocked him out.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but I think so.
That makes sense. Anyway, then we get more like some kind of like psychedelic prog rock going on in the background.
It's good music.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
It sounds like something that would be in Bill and Ted 2.
Maybe. And so Wanda's dreamwalking, and she dreamwalks into the Wanda in the universe that they're in right now.
Yeah.
And in this universe, she does have her twin.
Right.
When this universe is Wanda is about to get inhabited by, I'm just gonna call her Scarlet Witch to like not get Scarlet Witch. There's like creepy haunted house sounds. There's like whispering, flickering lights. She has like hallucinations where like she sees her cup of tea like as an ocean. Like it's very creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that scene where she's being possessed by Dark Scarlet Witch. The other thing I was like, does she have powers in this?
She does.
She does. Yeah. And I watched this movie like before, like it's not the first time, and I still was like, wait, does she get powers when she possesses her? No, she already has powers. Because at the end, when she's not possessed anymore, she like uses her powers a little bit.
Right, to get back to her kids.
That's right. So then we flash back to Camertage, where Wanda is doing her dream walking and her ring of candles, and Wong's like tied up. And then one of the sorcerers, who has a name, but I don't remember.
Yeah, she's important in the comic book.
Apparently they had originally she was supposed to be a little bit of a love interest for Wong, but they completely cut her.
Right. Her character name is Sarah. That's all I get.
So she comes and Wanda's kind of like not paying attention because she's in this trance. The dark hole's just sitting next to her. So basically Wong's like, I think, does she free him? Yeah, she frees him and he's like, I need to destroy the dark hold. And she's like, no, not you. So she does it and she gets like destroyed when she...
Right. I don't think she frees him though. Because when Wanda snaps out of it because it's destroyed, Wong is still
You're right. But anyway, when she goes to like destroy the dark hold, which she does, but she gets like destroyed.
Sacrificed herself. Yeah.
So that's why she didn't want Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme, to do it.
Right.
But it might have been, originally it might have been like a loving sacrifice, but we don't get that at all in the movie.
Right.
But yeah. So then Wanda basically is, about the dark hold. There must be like I don't know, like some way
she says, tell me what you know. You're Sorcerer Supreme, you know stuff.
Yeah, there's something. She wants to like
and he goes, you can kill me, I won't tell you.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm not going to kill you. She lifts up 4 of the other sorcerers, including the Minotaur. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah.
And that's where he says.
So he's like, okay. Yeah.
It's a copy.
Oh, do you want to go? No, it's a copy.
Yeah.
It's like in a mountain, and somebody just transcribed it into a book. So it's in this Mount Wundagore, which I thought was a real dumb name. That's probably comic, like from a comic, but I was like, Wundagore? Okay. So the Mount Wundagore has the spells. And somebody just copied it into the book. She's like, okay, you're going to take me there. Then we're back with Doctor Strange in America. They're in like glass cages in like a laboratory or something. Doctor Strange has like cuffs on him, so it blocks his magic, so he can't do anything. There's like a head scientist, and who is it, Elazar?
It's a beautiful redhead woman.
It's Christine!
Oh, that's what I meant, yeah.
It's Christine in this universe.
Who does not care for him at all.
Well, yeah. But I think she's also trying to distance herself from him.
Right. Yeah.
So we find out that this is universe 838 that we're in. And so Doctor Strange's universe is 616. Christine is an expert in studying the multiverse. She's like the head of the multiverse department or whatever. And she's the one numbering all these universes that they discover.
We've seen 616 in other movies a couple times. The one I could think of is in Avengers Endgame when Ant-Man was stuck in the micro reality. Mm-hmm. When there's a rat like hits the button to bring him back, the time is 6:16 p.m. or something like that. Or the storage unit he's in is 616.
Yeah.
There's a couple times they reference it.
Like, I feel like in the Spider-Man multiverse movies, what are they called? Whatever.
Yeah.
The cartoon, but they have numbers for the universe, but I don't know. I don't know
but in the comic books, I used to know a lot more about the Spider-Man, all the different ones.
Then I don't know what Doctor Strange says, but like people in charge. Oh, he says, SHIELD. We don't have SHIELD. Oh, is it Hydra? No, we don't have Hydra. What they have is the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Which he says something weird. Which he says the Illuminati? Yeah. I'm like, how would he not know what the Illuminati is? But
I know.
So now you're saying the 616 is the right universe, because I had a theory the 616 is not the Marvel MCU universe.
Oh.
And that it's a different one.
It definitely is.
Okay, well then never mind.
Sorry.
Dreams crushed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, well anyway. Yeah, I'm like, how would he not? I mean, there's no such thing as the actual Illuminati, but everyone knows they've heard of the Illuminati.
They want you to think.
Well, I have to say that.
All right, you're right.
Yeah. But anyway,
in the comic book, there is a group called the Illuminati.
Okay. Anyway, so Mordo's gonna take Doctor Strange to talk to the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Then we go back to Wanda and Wong. So they're going. Oh, I guess I forgot I was calling Scarlet Witch, not to get confused. But this was 616 Wanda and Wong.
There you go. Yep.
The Scarlet Witch and Wong. They're going to Mount Wundagore, which is like a temple. It's like a demons created or something. There's like spells on the walls are transcribed. The spells from the Darkhold. When they get in there, there's like giant monster things.
Yeah.
And they.
Made of rock.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're supposed to be like statues, but that they come to life.
Right.
And they're like, uh-oh, we're going to have to battle these. But then they bow to Wanda. And then she notices such as a huge sculpture
of
her as the Scarlet Witch. And she says it's a throne for her.
Right.
So then we're back to the Illuminati. These are a lot of fun cameos about to appear.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to the Illuminati. First, Mordo, of course.
Yep.
Then Captain Carter, who is Haley Atwell.
Right, which was in the What If
Yes, I love
TV show.
Yes.
Right. So we get to see her in real life now.
So instead of a Captain America, they have a Captain Carter. In this universe, I love Haley Atwell.
Yep.
She's awesome. We have Blackagar Boltagard, quote, keeper of the Terrican mists, the Inhuman King. And yes, that is how they introduce him.
Yep, and he is played by the actor that played him in The Inhumans, which was a callback to, I don't know, all 10 of their fans. So that was the worst. It was supposed to be a movie.
I never saw it.
And they made it into like a TV miniseries. There's a infamous hair sex scene in it. And that's the first 3 minutes of the show. It's not good. And so the fact that they brought the actor that played him back, people were like, is this trying to make us care about this thing that never was good? I don't know.
Who knows? But anyway, he's called Black Bolt for the rest of the movie. Then we have Captain Marvel, but it's not our normal Captain Marvel. It's Maria Rambeau, who was like, if you watch the movie, she was like her friend.
Right.
So they were like pilots together. So instead of Carol Danvers becoming Captain Marvel, it was Maria Rambeau.
Or Maria's daughter, who is Captain Marvel sometimes.
Her name's Monica.
Yeah.
So it's...
No. I'm saying, I'm saying it because they could have chosen to use Monica here.
Yeah.
But they chose Maria.
Yeah, this is interesting. And yeah, she's played by Lashana Lynch. If you were curious, I just wrote it down. So, you know.
Yeah.
Black Bolt is Anson Mount. Oh, I made a note that, you know, where he's like, I was like, this guy looks so familiar. And I did not watch The Inhumans, you know. I was like, he's the love interest in that Britney Spears movie Crossroads.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, that's how I know him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
To be confused with the Ralph Macchio 80s Crossroads.
No. Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, who's played by John Krasinski, which I think was awesome casting.
Well, yeah, fans have been crying this for years, saying if you make Fantastic Four, please use John Krasinski.
Yeah.
And the writer was like, hey, we're having a small role. We're probably not going to keep him, but let's give the fans what they wanted for years. So I think a lot of fans were happy to see this. Yeah, that was fun.
Then at the end, a very dramatic reveal. They do play that little theme.
They play the X-Men cartoon theme song. And then
it's Professor X.
While we've seen him obviously in live action before, what we see this time for the first time is the actual yellow chair in live action, because he's never had the yellow chair in live action. Yeah, it's the like floating or like motorized chair. Yeah. Patrick Stewart's back, baby, as Professor X. So that was very exciting for me when I saw that. Yeah. And I kept joking, they got Captain Picard in the Illuminati. So we get some more exposition about what's going on. So basically, Doctor Strange did not say, well, he didn't say the universe. What happened was he got a hold of the Darkhold and he started dream walking, and he created what they're calling an incursion. Right. Which is when two of the multiverses like come into contact with each other, and it like can destroy either one or both of them,
universes. So basically what happened, they do like a little flashback of basically Doctor Strange, their 838 Doctor Strange did that. He caused an incursion. He came back and he's like, oh, SpaghettiOs, guys. They did defeat Thanos.
With his help, though.
Yeah, he helped them defeat Thanos, but then they ended up killing him.
He led them to the Book of Vishanti.
Yes, correct. So they have a way to get to the Book of Vishanti in this universe. I keep calling it Ashanti, but it's Vishanti. A Book of Vishanti. But they ended up killing him. Black Bolt has the power of when he speaks, the sound waves are like so strong, it destroys everything.
Yeah,
like,
all matter in front of him.
Yeah, he killed him. So
and he says, I'm sorry when he does it.
Yeah. So they were sad to see their friend die. But also, he's like, why did you say he saved the universe? And they're like, well, we didn't want, they need heroes.
Yeah, the world needs heroes.
Yeah. So this is what we're finding out about incursion. Not a good thing.
Right.
So we're back to Scarlet Witch and Wong now. Wanda keeps saying that all she wants to do is control the multiverse to be with her sons. And Wong's like, why do you need to control the whole multiverse? Why don't you just go into multiverse? And she's like, well, what happens if they get sick?
Right. Because she could use her power to say, okay, America, I'm going to control your power to open the right portal. Yeah. And I'm going to go cross over. Yeah. And then I'll be with my kids. Yeah.
But no, she's like, no, I need to have full power of the multiverse just in case. It's all for my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like unhinged, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, she also doesn't.
She's not thinking logically.
She also doesn't know that this would cause an incursion.
She might not care, but yeah.
Yeah.
So she like flings Wong away off the side of a mountain. Spoiler, he doesn't die. But we think he fell, maybe. I didn't ever think he fell, but he might. And then she starts dreamwalking again into the 838 Wanda.
Right.
At this point is what we find out about 838 Doctor.
Yeah, they're ready to pass judgment on him.
Yeah.
And he's making jokes of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Captain Carter throws the shield at him to get him to shut up, but it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. They call him more egotistical than their Doctor Strange. Yeah. Because he's just got quips all the time.
Yeah, basically he's like, just let me go. And
yeah.
I did notice in the flashback of 838 Doctor Strange, he had black fingers. So that tells you maybe he was being corrupted by the Darkhold.
Yeah.
It's just a little tidbit I noticed.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch inhabiting 838 Wanda comes to the Illuminati, and she's I forgot to mention they have like robots, which is Ultrons. Yep. Yeah, which was like the villain in one of the Avengers movies. She's like killing them left and right. I noticed she has like, quote, blood all over her, but it's just like oil from the robots. Right. But like if it was like an actual like horror rated R movie or whatever, she'd have like blood splattered all over her.
Yeah, that's how you get away with not doing rated R. Is you make your villains
just robots.
That's what Masters of the Universe in the 80s did.
Yeah.
Instead of having him kill a bunch of creatures like he would have in the cartoon, they replaced them all with robots. So he can kill as many things as he wants, and it's PG-13.
In did you ever watch Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like blood spraying everywhere, but it's just oil. Yeah, because it's robots. It's awesome. I was thinking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, where they would just explode into dust. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to see her killing dead
right.
Also, you'd have to like bury them all over the place. So so the Illuminati all go to fight her. They're like, basically Doctor Strange's like, let me out. We can go get the Book of Vishanti. And they're like, no, we're more worried about you than we're worried about Wanda. So we're going to go take care of Wanda and you stay here.
They leave him with Mordor.
Yeah, Mordo and Professor X, who doesn't fight. He's obviously seen a Witcher. So while they're there, Professor X tells Doctor Strange they have a waypoint to the Book of Vishanti.
Mordo's not happy about it.
No. The Illuminati confront Wanda, and here's we get some creepy stuff happening. Yeah. First, Black Bolt is about to like destroy her with his speech, which I'm like, you guys are gonna kill 838 Wanda. You realize this, right?
Yeah, they know.
Anyway, but she gets rid of his mouth. Like his mouth is like gone. It's like in the Matrix when
I forgot about that.
When Agent Smith takes away Neo's mouth.
Yeah, I was thinking of Warlock, the Warlock trilogy, which came out before that in the 80s. This is the first one came out in the 80s. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of that stuff. Like he gets rid of people's mouths and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
So then Black Bolt like kind of panics and he screams and he blows up his own head.
Yep.
Yay!
It was a little gory. It could have been more gory.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously this movie's PG-13, so like the gore is PG-13 level. Although sometimes they really skirt the line, I think. Yeah. Then Reed Richards, which if you don't know, he has stretchy powers. First she says something creepy like, do you have kids? And he's like, yes. And she's like, is your mother still alive? And he's like, yes. And she's like, oh, great. They're just going to still have a parent left. And she like unravels him like magically. Anyway, at the end of his unraveling, his head also explodes.
Pop.
Pop. Yeah. Then she smushes Captain Marvel under a statue. She fights Captain Carter, who does a pretty good job. She does a line, which is a callback from
I could do this
Captain
all
America.
day.
I could do this all day.
Yeah. Captain Marvel, though, is got this power of the cosmos. I get that you could argue Scarlet Witch is stronger than her.
I also thought
it lists this carnation.
Yeah.
But she is killed by rocks. By a statue falling on top of her.
Not right now, but yeah, she gets crushed again. But yes, you're right.
Right. Okay. Oh, I thought that's what you were referencing. Okay.
She just gets knocked out or whatever by the statue.
Right.
This is what I thought, but I guess Wanda has like also witch powers, because I'm like, they both got their powers from a Infinity Stone in like the MCU, and Captain Marvel is like nutsy powerful.
Super powerful.
Like
yeah.
I'm just like, could the Scarlet Witch like really defeat her? I don't know.
People, yeah.
But maybe this version of Captain Marvel isn't the same.
Stan Lee would say, he was alive. Yeah. There was an interview he did on Comic Book Men with Kevin Smith. He said that anytime you bring two superheroes together to fight, you have to figure out a way that they end in a tie. So no fans of the Hulk or the fans of Spider-Man, no one's mad at the end of this comic book because both of their heroes put up a good fight and no one ever lost officially, and that you just got to come up with a good way. But they don't do that here. They're like, this is another universe. I mean, the writer was like, can we really bring the Illuminati and kill them all? And they're like, it doesn't matter. It's a different universe.
It could be we could have another universe with the Illuminati in
exactly.
it. Yeah, this is... So she fights Captain Carter, but at the end, she cuts her in half with her own shield. You don't see that. That would have been too gruesome. Captain Marvel pops back up.
Yep.
But then she gets crushed by a statue again. I guess that's enough to kill her. I don't know. Maybe she's just knocked down. We just don't see her pop back up again. So then we're going back to Doctor Strange, and he starts taunting Mordo.
Oh yeah.
To get him to fight him. So then he like makes him mad. He pisses him off. So he starts attacking him, and he like fights him, and then he ends up getting his handcuffs taken off. Do you want to say anything more about that fight? Yeah,
I mean, he's smart enough to have him snap the handcuffs in half, and then when they hit the floor, somehow it unlocks, so he handcuffs Mordor.
Mordo.
Thank you.
Not Mordor
Yeah, wrong guy.
I keep saying that too. So.
I know.
Like Mordor.
So he handcuffs him, and they both have to fight without powers. But since he's a human fighter, even though I would like to add, the only thing that keeps his hands from hurting when he punches is his magic. So if he has no magic, he should be screaming in pain every time he punches.
Yeah, because he is whatever. But this is cool thing where he like does like a leap on the walls to get out of the...
Exactly.
Because he's like, it's like, I didn't really say this, but he's like, everything's raised around him. So he's like into the... So he can't get out. Anyway. Yeah. So he manages to get free, and he... Right. How does he get... I guess he cuts it eventually and he runs off.
Oh no, the wrist, Christine frees it later.
No, I know, but like, how does he get free from Mordo? Does
he jumps out of the thing. He does like this Ninja Gaiden style jump off of one wall.
Did he cut off the other half of the handcuffs?
Oh, they broke it during fight.
Okay.
Split because they got caught on this light fixture.
Oh yeah.
And it snaps and they fall down, and so they're both free of each other, both with one cuff on.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so he gets free, he runs off. So Wanda is coming for America. So Christine's like, oh crap. So she tries to get America out, but for whatever reason it's broken. The like cages are broken. She can't open it. America does end up using her power to like crack the but she doesn't quite open it. Wanda's coming for them, but then who pops up? Professor X rolls in. No. So Professor X uses his mind powers on Wanda. So they're in like it's just like a white void, but then there's like a pile of rubble, and 838 Wanda is trapped under the rubble. He's like, maybe if I can free you, you get free Scarlet Witch. But and also Professor X is walking around in a jazzy turtleneck.
Yeah, right.
Magic suit. But then there's like a red cloud that like billows in red smoke, and Scarlet Witch pops out of it and breaks Professor X's neck. Yikes.
Right.
I know that was sad, but don't worry, because that was just 838 616 delay, as far as we know.
Right. He lives on to Logan.
That's right. But that's like...
Oh, that's actually a different universe.
Oh.
That's right, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the Fox
Oh
universe.
no, let's get into we'll get
I'm
into
not going to get into Wolverine and Deadpool.
which I just saw
It's
yesterday.
so good.
Anyway, this is not a Marvel podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, then so Christine's gonna help them. America says, "Help us. This Steven isn't like the other Stevens." And I'm like, on what basis does she think this?
Right.
Because they haven't had a lot of like opportunity for him to make a hard call and then like save her or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. It's
well,
fine.
it's the only thing she can say to keep them going on their mission.
Maybe.
But I think she believes it.
She does believe it, but I'm like, based on what?
Yeah.
Who knows? But anyway, so Christine helps them. So she's guiding them to where the entrance, where the Book of Ashanti is. So they're running through like a tunnel that's like under a river. There's I think a very horror-esque chase scene with Scarlet Witch where she's like, she hurt her ankle and she's like kind of like dragging her leg behind them, but she's like, it reminds me of like slasher movies where the killer's just like walking, kind of like going slowly, but like you can't stop them.
Exactly.
They like close, there's like doors, there's like emergency doors. They close one and then they kind of just wait to see if she gets through it. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Like, just keep going.
But they were like, wait, why isn't she busted through yet? And
yeah.
They thought something's wrong.
I guess.
It sounds like they hear the dripping. It sounds like the dripping slows down for a little bit.
Maybe.
Like time stops.
I thought they were just, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, but then there's like a jump scare and she like pops up.
Like, I'm already past the door.
Yeah. So then Doctor Strange floods the tunnel.
Yeah.
To like wash her away. And then they have like a door to shut down so that they're not getting flooded too.
Right.
So then they get to the door that has the like portal to the Book of Ashanti, but 838, Doctor Strange locked it. And our Doctor Strange 616, he tries using his magic and that's not working to open it. And then he says like, what would have I used to like lock it? And then they notice in the door, there's like an indentation.
Right.
And it has like this like crack pattern. And Christine realizes that it's the watch. Or did they realize it's the watch?
Christine realizes it, and she's wearing it.
She's wearing the watch. See, this is why I think that she does
love him, right?
Maybe she does love him after all. So she's wearing the broken watch, so they use that as the key to open the door. So now we're back in that floating ruined skylands where everything's like floating. They kind of like hop over and the gravity changes. They like land on a platform. Christine calls it the space between universes. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And guess what? They got the Book of Ashanti! Yay! But, guess who's right behind them?
Right? The Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. So she, like, catches America. She burns the book. I'm like, this whole movie has been driving to get this dumb book.
It's a MacGuffin.
It's 100% a MacGuffin because it just gets destroyed immediately. So she burns the book, and then she uses America's power to open a portal, and she takes America back to where her body is.
She shoves America through.
Yeah, well,
Because she's just remocking.
Right. And then 838's wand is just left there.
Yeah.
Not. Then she, like, I don't know if it's right here, but she, like, just flies back through the door to get back to her children. Mm-hmm. So this is at the point I'm like, I guess she still has her powers. Doctor Strange and Christine are shoved into a reality with, basically, it's pattern incursion. So there's two realities, like, crashed into each other.
Yeah.
Looks like gravity's, like, not quite working. There's, like, weird things happening.
Kind of like in...
A little bit, yeah.
And then Sam Raimi's floating car is right in front of them. Center screen. Big deal. Spinning right in the center. Yeah, you can't miss it.
Yeah, so they're like, well, let's look for the sanctum in this universe because they really don't have any other ideas. But Doctor Strange is like, well, my version might know something, or be able to help us. So then they find this staircase that looks like it's into the sky. It's like there's the ocean, and then there's the staircase over the ocean, and it looks like it's into nothing.
Yeah.
But they go up the staircase, and that's where, like, the sanctum is.
And she stays outside for safety.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did she stay outside? I guess that was the reason.
I wouldn't want.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but actually she was right to stay outside.
Yeah.
So good call. Okay, so then Doctor Strange goes up, and there is another Doctor Strange in the sanctum. He's like, he has a different facial hair, and he's wearing, like, black. And guess what he has on his belt loop? Oh, the Darkhold. Wah, wah. There's also like a scene where this universe's Doctor Strange wants our Doctor Strange to like prove that he's actually Doctor Strange and not like, I don't know, or something.
Whatever, yeah.
And so he tells a story about how he had a sister, Donna, who died falling into frozen lake. And I was like, what?
Yeah, where'd this come from?
Where did this come from and why did they have it?
And how do we know that universe would have had a sister as well?
I don't know. He's so weird. I'm like, was this a cut plot line or what?
I don't know.
Is this like trying to say why Doctor Strange has this like savior complex? Is because he couldn't save his sister?
It could be from the comics. I don't know.
I think maybe that was the point. But like I was like, it doesn't work. If that was the point, it doesn't work in the movie. But yeah, he notices he has a dark hold. Oh, SpaghettiOs. That's not a good sign. And guess what? He caused the incursion because he was looking for a world where he and Christine could be happy together. Right. Ooh. And he started killing other Doctor Stranges.
Yeah, he says something like, have you ever had the dream where you're falling as if you were pushed off the building? Yeah, that was me.
Ooh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so he also has a third eye. Mm-hmm. That's creepy. So he looks down and he notices Christine's out there and he's like, oh, I'll give you the dark hold if you let me have Christine.
Yeah.
And our Doctor Strange is like, no.
I don't think she's going to go for that.
So, yeah. So they have a magic fight. It's a pretty fun fight. I found, for some reason, this fight to be very Raimi-esque, and I don't know exactly why. But it just gave me Raimi feelings.
Oh, I can tell you something I saw in there.
Oh, yeah.
The big clock. Mm-hmm. Like the house clock. I felt like
that's a really...
Margo would have saw that.
When I saw it's a really drawable clock. That's what I thought when I saw it.
Margo's going to notice that clock is there.
I'd love to draw that clock.
Exactly.
But yeah, they have so they're in like a music room. It has like a lot of instruments around it, and they start having like a magic fight where they like throw like music notes at it. It's really cool.
It's fun, yeah.
It like plays the music when they like fling it at each other.
Right.
Our Doctor Strange manages to win because he does like little ting, and it's like pushes it over the edge. Yep. So he ends up flinging the evil Doctor Strange out the window,
but not before breaking the dark hold off of his belt.
Yeah, he breaks it off. And then good point. And he gets flinged out the window and he lands on, there's like a gate with like spikes and he lands on the spikes and gets impaled. Yeah. And Christine's standing like next to him. She's like, yikes. So anyway, that was yikes. Well, after that scene, we flash back to Mount Wundagore. And guess who's not dead? Wong.
Yeah, he had this magic that had a hook on it or like a spear that was supposed to
like
launch.
A grappling hook kind of.
Yeah.
But it was more like a spear. Yeah.
Right. And he's still holding on to the magic part and it's clinging against the rocks.
Yeah.
Which wakes him up.
He's like hanging. Yeah. Or is he? Maybe he's just like on a ledge, right?
No, he landed on a ledge.
Yeah.
And his hands.
But it's like knocking onto the
Yeah.
Okay, so he starts to climb up. He's using his like magic rope to climb back up. The Scarlet Witch is pulling the magic out of America. We're in deep poo-poo. Unless Doctor Strange can do something. Although Wong is slowly making his way up.
He's making his way up there.
Maybe he can do something, who knows. Then Doctor Strange decides that he's going to use the dark hold to dreamwalk. Right. Which is like what everybody should not be doing, but he's going to do it.
Christine comes up and says, you're all the same. I knew it.
Yeah.
But what else are they going to do?
Yeah, so we don't have no other choice.
Also, for Wong, they established earlier that magic can't fly them to that mountain, but can.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or witchcraft can.
You can't just use, like, the sling ring
so that's why he's climbing up there, yeah.
Right. He tells Christine he needs her help. And I think that's what kind of convinces her, because most Doctor Stranges don't want anyone's help. They want to do everything on their own. Yeah. He says, I need your help. And she's like, why? He says something.
Yeah, he said, they're going to come get me. And she's like, who's going to come get you? He goes, the souls of the damned.
Oh, I did write that down. Souls of the damned. Yeah. So she needs to protect him.
Which I think is where it really gets horror.
Oh, yeah. So they're like, well, you can't dreamwalk into 616, which is their original universe, because you're in this universe. Where are you going to dreamwalk into? Yeah. He's like, it doesn't have to be in a live body. Yeah. So what he ends up doing is the corpse of the Doctor Strange from the beginning of the movie,
which we didn't mention.
I forgot to mention he was buried in a rooftop. But
right, yeah. So when he asks America to prove you're from another universe, they take him and Wong to the. You're good. I just want to go over it a little bit. So she takes Wong and Doctor Strange to the top, and they're like, "Oh wow, I'm dead." And the body looks way more decayed than it should, and this is where the writer and Sam Raimi said that's why they had needed the spreading to start happening in his leg. So there was a reason why he looked more like a deadite. Like he was decaying, more.
Yeah, so I did think why does he look so much like a zombie? He just died. He should pretty much look normal, you know? Yeah, so he dreamwalks into his dead body. Yep. So, yeah. yikes. And he looks very creepy. Like half his face is like gone. So it's like a skeleton face. Very, 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 very zombie-esque. And he's like, at first he's like, yeah, he's kind of moving like a zombie.
And then these souls of the damned start attacking right away.
Yeah. So he uses his ring to open up the portal to Mount Wundagore. But like you said, he can't get quite there, but he's like close-ish. But he has to start like hiking over to the mountain. And he doesn't have, I guess he's in his flying curling.
Right.
So demon spirits start attacking him for possessing a dead body. Creepy. You see like this like creepy scene where it's like black and there's creepy demon hands that are like drowning him like in his mind. And then they fly out of his eyeballs and they attack Christine in like the actual reality, like in
their incursion reality.
Yeah. So this is pretty creepy and very horror, this whole scene. Then Christine finds, quote, brazier of Bum Goliath, which I had to use subtitles. And I'm like, what the F is a brazier? And she says it like, oh, good, the brazier of Bum Goliath. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, everyone knows that. Everyone knows about that.
Right.
But it's like a flamethrower. So she uses it and then she says, go back to hell, which I thought was a very... like a Sam Raimi line and delivery. But then Steven is going into shock because of the spirits like attacking him. And Christine tells him, use the spirits. You're a sorcerer of the mystic arts. Use them.
Right.
So then he like traps them somehow as the zombie body.
Yeah.
And he like ropes them.
Yeah, he starts overpowering them, so they start to flee, and he starts catching them.
He catches them.
And there's like a fixed point in his back where he's tying them all together.
And he like creates like wings.
It's so creepy.
It's really creepy. And then he uses them to fly into the temple. Yeah, very creepy. So then the Guardians monster things are about to throw a magic ball at him. But then Wong spears him. Wong's back. And then Doctor Strange knocks them off.
Right.
With the spirits. He,
but yeah, Wong takes one out. Then they start throwing rocks at Wong. But then Doctor Strange gets the rest of them.
Yeah. He appears in front of... appears with Skull. She says, dream walking, you hypocrite.
Which is a callback to the first movie. When the villain in the first movie tells the Sorcerer Supreme, you hypocrite, when she uses the mirror universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she was using Dormammu or whatever, too.
Yeah, she was also using Dormammu's power.
Which a no-no.
Yeah.
So the demons, like, fly around Wanda and they, like, trap her. Then Wong tries to use their, like, magic sorcerer powers to trap her. Then Wong, he's, like, not quite holding her. Like, she's going to escape. And Wong tells Doctor Strange, take America's power. Just like the beginning of the movie. He's like, take her power and we'll use it to defeat Wanda.
Right.
But instead...
Yeah, he goes over and America's like, I know you need to take my power. It's okay. I want her to get defeated. She's willing to give up her own life.
Yeah.
But he tells her that, no, you're able to control your power. You just have to believe in yourself.
Yes. You need to trust your power.
Right.
Because you can control it.
And she's like, I've never been able to. And he's like, you, in fact, have sent us, every time you opened a portal, you sent us where we absolutely needed to go. And even that first time when your moms got sucked away, it led you to this point.
Yeah. And he thinks that she couldn't find her. So anyway, so Wanda like destroys Doctor Strange's zombie body, but dun 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 dun, America hits Wanda. She like punches her, but she uses her like power behind it. Mm-hmm. So she hits her. She like opens up a portal to like a hell dimension or something like that. It looks like a hell dimension.
Tries to push her in.
Yeah, but then Wanda kind of like overpowers her. So then America's like, I'm gonna give you what you want. And she opens up a portal to 838 again. We see the 838 Wanda and her sons, and they're like terrified of Scarlet Witch, obviously. They see her, they start like throwing things at her, like, get away. And she's crying. She's like, I wouldn't hurt you.
I would never hurt anybody.
I wouldn't hurt anyone. I'm not a monster. But then she kind of has a moment of realization.
Like,
and she just, and she like knocked their mom down too. And she's like, wait a minute. Maybe I am hurting people. This is like a wake up moment. Yeah. Like, what am I doing?
Wong had said a couple of scenes back, isn't it good enough to know that in some reality, you and your kids are happy together?
Like, no.
No.
So anyway, but 838 Wanda comes because our Scarlet Witch Wanda, she's like, starts crying and she's like, oh gosh, what have I done? And 838 comforts her and she says, know that they'll be loved.
Yeah.
So then America closes the portal back. Wanda's like, nobody should be able to use the Darkhold ever again. And she starts bringing the temple down upon everybody. And she like buries herself and destroys the Darkhold.
And did we do mention that America got Wong and herself back to this?
I didn't, but she does.
Right.
Oh, no, I mentioned, that's my next line. America portals out with Wong. Yeah, so, she also, the Darkhold they have with Doctor Strange and Christine, that one also starts like burning up. So she's destroying the Darkhold in every universe.
Which is crazy. But also, again, extremely powerful being destroyed by rocks falling on her.
But she's not like super strong. And she's like doing it on purpose too.
Yeah.
And also maybe she's not dead and that opens the window for her to come back later.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? That's something pet peeve I have is, so when Wanda first appears, she's kind of like a nothing character. She's kind of like a villain, but not like really.
And has a heavy accent.
It's so funny because Elizabeth Olsen must be bad at doing that accent. She doesn't want to because it slowly slips away. And then it comes back sometimes and it slips back away.
It was gone in the third movie and then slowly comes back when they wanted to.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Yeah, because she's from like a made up country, Sokovia.
Yeah.
Anyway. So then we're going back to, America tells Doctor Strange that she'll find him. I forgot to mention that.
Yep.
When he doesn't kill her. She's like, I'll find you. So then Doctor Strange tells Christine that he loved her, but he couldn't say it because he got scared. And she tells him to face his fears. And I'm like, face his fears? Christine's already got married. What is he going to do?
Well, they hint that he wishes he could bring her back with him.
But he can't because that would cause an incursion.
And she says, I would love to, but I have places to be. But what a hell of an incursion it would be. Yeah. Like, that's, I guess, a romantic way of saying, I mean, yeah, sure, we'd have fun, but it would destroy the universe.
Yeah, I guess.
Like that.
So whatever. But I'm like, okay. I guess he can find another. Because she's saying in the future when you find some face your fears. Right. Tell them that you love them.
Which opens up the way towards us.
Maybe. Anyway, everyone goes back. Mm-hmm. They get portal back. The ending, they're fixing Kamar-Taj. America's training to be a sorcerer in the mystic. Yeah. Doctor Strange goes back to his home in the New York Sanctum. He fixes his watch because it had a cracked cover. Screen so he changes it out. He fixes it so it's working again, showing that he's like, I'm going to move on. Then he walks out. He's going for a jaunty walk. He's wearing normal clothes. And he screams in pain. And all of a sudden pops up a third eye. The end. Yeah. What?
Well, then more credit scenes happen.
I know, but like, what is that about? What do you think that means?
Well, he's getting more powerful.
Is that because he used the Darkhold?
Yeah, because he used the Darkhold, but he's still getting more powerful. They're going to be able to use that if they make this third one, which I guess they keep claiming to do. Then the next credit scene happens.
Yeah, so there's two, and there's a teaser, and then there's like an end tag. So the teaser, Doctor Strange again. I guess this is later after the third eye incident. He's just walking down the street again, just walking down the street.
He's wearing his cloak as a scarf.
Yeah. He's like wearing normal clothes. Yeah. And Charlize Theron pops up in a purple suit out of like nowhere. I wouldn't know her name is Clea except for the subtitles told me it said Clea : and then her line. I was like, who?
In the comics, she is the niece of Dormammu.
Oh, okay. Well, she looks like a normal person.
She does look like a normal person.
So, Charlize Theron, very good choice. Great choice.
Yes, yeah.
Very beautiful. She is in like this purple outfit. Anyway, she tells him he's caused an incursion, so they're going to fix it. So she opens up a portal with like a sword. Yeah. He like does magic suit up into his little outfit. And his third eye appears and off they go. The end.
So in the comic book, she is a love interest of him.
Oh, okay.
And it works more because she's someone that is as powerful as he is, and he can open up to and share things that he wouldn't be able to ever really share with Christine because she wouldn't understand. Oh. And so that's his like hope that the character will be able to open up and find love.
Oh. Maybe. Did you this is a tangent. Did you ever see the movie Old Guards?
Yeah, it was good.
It's really good.
That second one's coming out eventually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They've been because it's also based on comic books.
Yeah.
But they've been working on it for a long time. I think the script is done. I don't know when they're going to start filming it.
Yeah. But anyway, Charlize Theron.
It's good.
It's very good. The end. Oh, then there's credits, and then there's another end tag. You can go ahead.
Sure. So Bruce Campbell's character Pizza
Papa
stops punching himself, and he's like, "It's over." Yeah. And then the movie's over.
Yeah, exactly. And then the movie's over.
One thing I wanted to talk about was the cloak is hit, and when he wakes up, Christine is holding it, and when he finally gets it back, it has a blue patch on it. So there's two theories. Either one, because we see that when they killed Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic was holding a blue cloak. They either used that part of his cloak to repair it.
That's what I thought was they used the 838 Doctor Strange's cloak to repair his cloak.
But it also could be that Christine tells him that she is the expert in the multiverse and that she works for the Baxter Foundation. Baxter Foundation is the foundation that the Fantastic Four
They make fluid bags?
No. Here, that's funny, yeah.
That's Baxter, the company. Yeah, medical
Better
company.
than Hospira, I'll tell you. All right, anyway. But they invent an unstable particle, which is a new element that can handle anything that a superhero can throw at it. So those are the blue suits that the Fantastic Four wear. That's why they turn invisible when they need to. They don't go into flames. They stretch, all that stuff. Right. And so by putting those particles in the cape, it was able to do whatever the cape needed at the time.
I see.
So there's a fan theory that they use the Baxter particle to make the cape work again. Which I think is fun.
Yeah. Also, the music was by Danny Elfman, which it was pretty good. Yeah. Pretty cool. If people remember the Army of Darkness episode, Danny Elfman made the March of the Dead, which I really like. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
Did you know he was married to Bridget Fonda, the third?
No.
Danny Elfman.
I think you might have told me that.
Maybe. No, I think it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I wish it could obviously have been more horror. I wish there was like an unrated
it's still Marvel.
They do.
Marvel rated.
They could release an unrated cut if they wanted to.
There is a quote unquote Marvel horror movie, The New Mutants.
The New Mutants, right.
We can watch that.
Yeah, it went through like 6 drafts.
It's not that. I think they cut down the horror elements of it too.
But I loved all the actors in it.
Yeah, it's good.
Anna Taylor-Joy as Magic was a dream come true.
Yeah, that's good.
But it was a lot of it. They wanted to sell it was that we have an actress in Game of Thrones and an actor in Stranger Things in this movie. And by the time it came out, because I think it was on shelves like 5 years, that people didn't care anymore.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, I think it's cool that sometimes they try to like do these Marvel movies in like a different style than normal. But yeah, it could have gone farther than it did. Yeah. But they still want to get kids in there and like families and whatnot. So I guess they can only go so far. But
I also do love how Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, who are these independent filmmakers who one of them put up their house to help make Evil Dead happen. And they basically crowdfunded the whole thing in the 80s before crowdfunding was really a thing. And they got this independent movie made. And now they're in charge of these massive franchises, or at least in charge of this one movie for it. And then the Spider-Man movies too. I think it's awesome that they've come so far, which is really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, that's about it. I think that's all, unless you have something else to say about it.
No, next week on the podcast, Jesse is going to continue our journey into the Terrifier universe by covering Terrifier Part 2. Yeah.
And when I come back, we're going to hear about the last Sam Raimi horror movie, Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, well, before that, we're doing before.
Well, when we do the last Sam Raimi, I guess I should say we have that. I don't know when these are coming out.
You're totally good. There's definitely other Sam Raimi horror movies.
There are?
Yeah, like The Gift. There's one in the 80s, like a horror movie that happens in like a grocery store. It's a slasher. But I think we've done a really good job.
Okay, well, maybe we can do some more in the future.
In the future, sure.
But I guess what I meant to say is we have one more down the pike.
Yeah, before that, we're gonna do a cool special where each host each week is going to cover a different Cloverfield movie, which I think is a lot of fun. And so I'm excited about that.
Okay, what else? We can check out the Instagram, Nightmare Echoes Pod. Rate us. Give us 5 stars. If you don't think we're worth 5 stars, that's okay. Just give us 5 stars. That's fine.
We don't mind. And if you know anybody that would like this too, share it with them.
Share, recommend. Yeah, this is your host, Margo, signing off.
All right, bye.
Bye.